Good morning and welcome to the Elevate Renatus team call. Today is July 22nd. It's Wealth Wednesday. We get to hear from a fantastic trainer. His name is Daine Clark. Daine has a fantastic way of just sharing what's been working for him. He's been able to create a lot of success with his business in Renatus, and he's got a very inspiring story. Before Renatus, he was working two jobs. He was working for Apple as well as a roofer. Being in the sun all day with fair skin was not his cup of tea. And then at Apple, typically at Apple, you're out on the sales floor talking to customers, and he was actually pretty shy at the time. And so they had him working in the back, just counting cell phones because he wasn't very good at talking to people. And so fast forward to today, Daine is just radiating confidence and not shy at all. So it's really inspiring to know that he's changed so much, and that's from the personal development that Renatus provides. He was barely making ends meet at the time and started looking for other income opportunities, and Daine found Renatus. He plugged into the Renatus system and listened to his mentor. He applied Velocity Banking to pay down debt and then used that as leverage as a down payment for a duplex, where he lived in one side and rented out the other. Today, Daine has raised more than $12 million from investors to lend on various real estate transactions, and his secret to that is consistency and frequency. He's grown his team and is recognized by our CEO, Bob Snyder, as a key leader, and is also on the PIT team, meaning he's in training to be on the President's Advisory Council. We are very fortunate to get to learn from Daine this morning. Take good notes. Good morning, Daine. How are you today?
Good morning, Keely. Thank you so much for that intro. How is everybody doing? Renatus Nation. Good morning, everybody. I saw a bunch of comments. People already sending love on a Wealth Wednesday. So yes, good morning, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, Keely. How are you doing today, by the way? How was your visit to Utah?
It was beautiful. It was nice to get out of the heat for a few days.
Out of the heat? Are you kidding me? Oh, I am.
So much hotter.
It's so funny. I used to be a freaking roofer, and I go outside and it's like 95, and I'm just like, oh, what in the world did I used to do? But anyway, all right, let's do this. I got some good stuff for you guys today. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and start. You guys that know the drill, go ahead and let us know how many people were you able to communicate with to get in front of a first exposure, a house tour, a one-on-one, let's see, we got an intensive coming up. Okay, I guess you wouldn't be able to report on that in the last 7 days, but just a Renatus event. How many conversations were you able to drum up? How many people were you able to get in front of? Because in this business, all wealth, every dollar that you make in this business is going to stem from a conversation. All wealth is built through conversation in this business, right? So yeah, go ahead and let me know how many people we're able to chat with, and then we'll send some love to you guys. Let me actually count up my own. I had some interesting conversations in the last 7 days here. So let's see, let me count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We had a bunch this week. 11, 12, 13. Wow. 13 this week for me. Been busy. All right, let me go ahead and report that, and then let's send some love. Now, we already got some people that sent in some goose eggs. I even sent in the goose eggs. I said 13, right? And so I still report them, because at the end of the day, I know if I look back, and I might not show you guys my little spreadsheet that I report. I could look back for the last, I don't know how many years, but a few years even, and see how many one-on-ones did I do, how much money did I make. And so I can calculate how much money I make per hour in doing follow-ups, right? And so I keep that data. I've got it for years and years. So, and it helps me. It helps me because I know, like, if I'm doing one-on-ones, then I'm making money. If I'm not making money, I know I'm probably not doing one-on-ones. And if I'm not doing one-on-ones, I'm not creating conversations, right? So yes, very, very busy. All right, let's send some love. Congratulations to Ada. Ooh, 15 in the last 7 days. Sherry had 2. David and Gilda had 6 in on the intro, 2 follow-ups. Ada Black had 3. Marlene, might have to correct me on that. I'm going to guess Marlene had 2. Alvin had 10. Bilal had talked to 10, was able to get 4 of them. Congrats. Autumn, 35 conversations. Bilal, 1 for the Prophets, just about 20 minutes ago. Oh, nice. Congrats, man. Already working. Brigham, I was able to do 9 one-on-ones. Nice, brother. That's a good bunch of them. Chuck had a goose egg. Congratulations, Chuck, for being honest with yourself, with others. Notice what happens in the next 7 days. You're going to start attracting to yourself people, right? Especially, I got something I got to share with you guys today. So yeah, stay tuned. Leslie had 3. Oh, good morning, LaShawn. 38 guests registered for Mark Kohler. Whoa, congratulations. That is going to be sweet. That'll be a really good event. Jose had a goose egg as well. Thank you for being honest with yourself and your pocketbook. It will eventually thank you because you are honest with yourself, and people do business with people who are honest with themselves, with the people they're working with, right? They can see it. Kim had 15. Keely had 13. Oh, no. She's commenting on somebody else. Keely, did you put your, oh, here you go. Brigham had 6 events. David Rainey had 1. Teresa had 4 conversations, 1 essential sold, 1 going in today, and 1 follow-up on Friday. Congrats. Keely had a goose egg. Oh, Keely. Oh, she was at a wedding. Wait, you went to a wedding and you didn't talk real estate with anybody? Oh,
I had a lot of conversations, but I am not.
Oh,
I am only tracking
that's
my
right. You're a
follow-ups.
one-on-ones. Sorry, I read that wrong. Lots of conversations. Next week we'll probably have something. Cool. Pete had 5. Sandy Curtis had 5. Got some more today. Autumn had no events on Saturday, but 2 in the BIF this week. Congrats. Amy had 1 at a property tour. Aurora had 35 for Mark Kohler. 5 follow-ups. Awesome. Congrats. Cool. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and let's pick somebody quick. Come off of mute. You know who you are. If you don't know what I'm asking, I love every single week. I want to help mentor somebody, because when somebody asks a question and the pressure is off of you and everybody else is watching. All right, I already got my person. Who is this?
It's Sherry. It's going to be quick,
Sherry.
okay? So somebody else can take
good.
more time. So a few weeks ago, I talked to you about a person who had said to me she didn't want to start investing yet because of the economy. I want to keep my money safe and all that. So you told me to talk to her about a deal that you did with a wholesaler who was going to make $38,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I talked to her.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I talked to her about that. See, this might seem like such a long time to you because the appointment I had with her that day ended up getting canceled. And so it didn't happen until last week. So anyway, we had breakfast and we had another friend with us. And so I'm like, she knew I was going to talk to her about velocity banking. And the other friend just kept talking and talking. So we're like, okay, well, let's just do it now. So that's why I said 2, because I ended up showing both of them about velocity banking. And then she came to a velocity banking presentation tonight. And so I'm just progressing with her. And then the other lady, I'm progressing with her too, but not as quickly.
Okay.
So I just wanted
she's just like, hey, like, wait, don't leave me out. I want to know what's going on here, right?
Exactly. Yep, exactly. That's what happened.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just wanted to tell you that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, no question?
Nope, I don't have a question. I just wanted to tell you.
Okay.
Me to tell
Okay,
you.
cool. Yeah,
Okay.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Did I have somebody else? I think it was like a Joey or something like that. Did you have a question, or I accidentally have to mute? If not, somebody come off of mute. Let's help somebody. You know who you are. David Rainey. What's up, brother?
Yeah. I had started getting some momentum with getting guests to a lot of meetings, and I started signing some people up. But after signing them up, I started feeling kind of guilty because I don't have a lot of real estate experience, and I don't feel like I help them a lot.
Oh, phooey. All right, let's answer this
what
one.
can we
This
do
is
with
a good
that
one.
now I'm starting not to want to market as much.
Oh, man. You remind me of myself. Oh, here, let me share my screen. All right, share screen. 3, 2, 1, start
Hey, Daine.
broadcast. Yes.
Hey, Daine, this is Sandy Curtis. I know David
Hey, Sandy.
Rainey, and I just want to say to you, David, I've been doing this for 12 years and have only done my personal real estate, and I do the marketing. So it's all in your head, babe.
Yes. That's where I'm about to go. But do you want me to do the long answer?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, cool. You guys should be able to see my screen here. So here's what's happening, David. Dude, you remind me of myself, brother. So here's what's going on. I remember, let me just draw this little line. You guys have already seen me do this before, right? People have this, oh my gosh, this is so crazy. What I planned to share with you guys today is going to tie into this perfectly. All right, David. So we have step 1, intrigue. Step 2 is let them know this could cost up to $28,741, right? In other words, intro and drop in price, all that good stuff. Then we've got what I call, does it say somebody else tried to share my screen? All right, let me come back to here. And I didn't lose you guys, did I?
No, we hear you.
No, you're here. You're muted now, though. We can see your screen, but we cannot hear you, Daine.
Cannot hear me, right?
Now we can.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, perfect. Sorry, I think my app might have crashed or something like that. But all right, here we go. Back to this. Okay, so step 1, intrigue. Step 2, price drop. Basically, in like an hour-long intro or something like that, or a house tour that we drop price. You know, whatever it is, price drop. I'm not going to go into all the different ways. Then you have some kind of a roadmap, and you put the order in, right? And then they go through funding. They find the money. They decide how they're going to pay for it, and then they unlock their classes. And then what David, if I'm not mistaken, what David is saying, as soon as they unlock classes, he feels like he's leaving these people into no man's land because he feels like he's the blind leading the blind, right? Am I right, David?
Correct.
Okay. Now, here is the next step. And David, you do not need to do real estate in order to help other people do real estate. I'll tell you that right now. Because all of us, right? David, if I were to ask you the question, who's teaching you to do real estate? Then, I mean, everybody on this call, we could answer, oh, well, Mark Kohler is. He's going to be doing his intensive. Chris Alvin is helping us do real estate. Gavin McCaleb is doing is helping us do real estate, both in his classes as well as every Tuesday night. I mean, last night at 8 p.m. Mountain Time, he was on, you know, and so David, you could answer this question, you know, nobody has to answer this, but you could answer the question, was I on the call last night for the coaching call in real estate last night myself? And was I rallying my team? Okay. So here's what I do after. Now, you don't have to follow in my footsteps in exactly what I do, but this is one thing that because I felt the same way David did. This is one thing that I've chosen to take on myself this helps me feel like I'm helping them. But also I've noticed that this actually helps. This actually helps them propel themselves forward, because in this what feels like no man's land, in essence, they're going to do a couple of things, right? So my job that I've taken on myself is to help them set goals, right? I help them set goals in two things. One, set goals in building knowledge, AKA watch your classes, right? Step two, the second type of goal is build relationships, right? And so when I sit down and I have them set goals, and David, I'm going to give you some tools today to sit down with people and say, all right, here's what we're going to do, okay? So building knowledge, building relationships, those two different goals. So in other words, what I will do is in fact, I just did this for Mike and Susan Hepworth. Here, let's see if we did this one yet. Nope. Let me pick one that is a little farther in the process. I think David might have done this. No, let's do. All right, here we go. So I sat down, and if you guys want access to this, just go to daineclark.com/tracker. And so what I do is, in fact, here, let me come to here, Google Drive. What I do for my students is marketing, student accountability. Notice that I've got one of these for every single one of my students, right? And so how I'm tracking these hundreds of people, well, they track these things. And so I've got, I built the tracker template that I just gave you guys access to, daineclark.com/tracker. And then all I do is come in here and I make a copy, right? And so I make a copy of that, and then I name it theirs and I share it with them so they have access to it just like I do. Okay, and so if I come back to here, I have them go through this, right? I have them go through this worksheet. Oh, she didn't even finish this one. There, let me find one that she actually did. Or he or she actually did. I think Stefan did it. Oh shoot, did I just lose my screen share again?
Yes.
No screen share?
Yeah, that's weird because you're not co-host either anymore. So let me fix that.
I think my app keeps on crashing or something like that on my iPad. I'm gonna have to just like tell you guys about this. It's so funny. You ever seen that Instagram thing where it's like, Instagram is down, just tell me about your lunch? I might have to, yeah, it looks like my app crashed. All right, I'll do my best to explain this, and I'll wait for my iPad, okay? So, what I was talking about, setting goals, right? So David.
I think you're on mute.
You muted.
All right, I'm back. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right, cool. And let's see if I can share the screen again. Okay. All right, David. So I'm not sure when I cut out there, but in essence, this is going to make you feel so much more accomplished, because now you step in as kind of like a cheerleader, right? Yeah, you're not a real estate mentor. You are a goal setter and a goal getter, right? You start doing these things for yourself, and other people watch you and they'll be like, holy crap, I am so glad I signed up with David, right? I used to do this before I had any real estate success. I would just sit down and say, all right, we're going to set goals. Okay. I'm going to connect you with people that you're going to need. Okay, so the two types of goals are knowledge and relationships. Okay, and you'll notice that, you know, a lot of people ask me, oh, Daine, when do you tell people about marketing? I have them set goals first. I try to inspire them, right? When somebody is inspired, that's when they market the best. So we got to get them inspired. If they're already inspired as they're purchasing, then sure, I'll talk about marketing. But I usually wait until they get inspired for the first time, and then I'll pounce on them with marketing. I shouldn't say pounce on them, but I will introduce marketing once they are inspired. Okay, and the only way for them to get inspired is for me to say, watch your Daine classes in a very nice way. Okay, so let me come back to here, share, let's see, am I already sharing screen? Yeah. So back to here. So we set those goals, knowledge, relationships. Okay, this is an hours per week goal. This is a people per week goal. How many people do you want to connect with in a week? How many hours do you want to connect with your classes every single week? Okay, and so I haven't set those goals. Right now,
Are you showing something
at the end of the day, oh, say that again.
Are you showing something on your screen? Oh, okay, I see it now. Thanks.
Oh, okay, cool. So those two types of goals, knowledge, relationships, and at the end of the day, their end goal is, oh, I want to do one deal, or oh, I want to do whatever. Okay, so there's two types of goals here. So here, let's do this. Point A is where you are now. Okay, this is the present. Point C is the goal, and this goal needs to be so big, or so, and I shouldn't say so big. This goal needs to be big enough, not too big, but big enough that for sure, like, so let's do this. Big enough that they will know, so big enough to know Renatus worked. Yeah. So in other words, you ask them, like, what do you want to see happen in your life that when you reach this goal, you'll know that Renatus was one of the best decisions that you'd ever made in your life, minus maybe choosing your spouse. Yeah, so goal, whether that's do one, you know, this is what I see a lot of people do, because I do this a lot with people, is sit down and set goals with them. Okay, and a lot of them say, oh, I want to do one deal. I want to be able to talk real estate like you talk real estate, you know, within a year, right? So typically these goals are going to be somewhere in that range of 1 to 3 years maximum. Okay, so 1 to 3 year maximum, but there needs to be something in between here, right? There needs to, these are the goals that David, you're going to talk about, right? And everybody else that's listening, obviously, but yeah, so talk about this one, put it up there for them to look at, to see. But the real goals that we need to be talking about are going to be the things that get us to this C goal. Okay, so from here on out, I'm going to be talking about A goals, B goals, C goals, not the birds, the C goal. Okay, and so the B is goals that will take you anywhere from 90 to 180 days, 3 to 6 months. 3 to 6 months. Okay, these are the goals that if you get this, you are going to get, then you are on your path to this. Okay, so these are the goals that are not as exciting to talk about. These are not the goals that are, you know, that everybody's like, yeah, you know, these are not the inspiring goals. These are the goals like, I'm going to finish my classes in the next 90 days. These are the goals like, I'm going to pick up the phone and I'm going to contact 5 people a week for the next 90 days. These are the goals like, I am going to make 30 offers in 1 month type of goals, right? None of those are exciting, but those goals are the ones that will get you paid, right? So we set that big goal, then we set the goal backwards. And typically that's, those two types of goals are going to be the ones that are going to lead you to success, right? I've tried to help people say, hey, like set goals in this range. Okay. So set a goal for knowledge, set a goal for relationships, because all wealth is created through conversation. You need to have conversations. You also need to be learning how to have conversations, right? So that's why I say both knowledge goals, relationship goals. Okay. So you sit down and you maybe you explain this to them, A goal, B goal, C goal. The C goals are the exciting ones, the inspiring ones. This is why you joined Renatus. The B goals are not so exciting, but those are the ones that are going to get you paid. And so you'll learn to love those types of goals, okay? Now, let me share with you what I do myself with my B-type goals, okay? So if you guys are taking notes, this is going to be important. I also, obviously this is also being recorded, so if you ever need to come back and see this, do it. Because I'm going to give you guys some very specific things to do with your B-type goals, okay? So
Hey, Daine.
I'm going to, oh.
Daine, FYI, you're not recording. Oh, yes, you are. Never mind.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Sorry.
All right. So if you guys have ever heard of a vision board, this is where we need to start visualizing our goals, okay? And I do some very specific things that you probably won't see a lot of people do in my own vision board, okay? So I'm gonna try and go through this quick because we got like 20 minutes, okay? So vision board, you can have 9 things on a vision board at one time. No more, less if you need to, okay? But here's something that, because there's a saying out there that the tide rises all ships, or the tide raises all ships, okay? So there's all these different areas in your life that if one of them is lacking in your life, then of course you're not going to go make a $30,000 paycheck on a real estate deal, or go have a $10,000 month in a Renatus sale because you close a combo, or whatever. Okay, and so you want to be setting some other types of goals too, not just the education and career. Okay, so here's what we do: 9 things at a time. Now this vision board, this better be somewhere that is very highly trafficked by you, right? I don't care if anybody else sees this, but this needs to be a high traffic area for you. Okay, so for example, mine is right next to my bed. I see it in the morning. I already saw it this morning. I see it every night before I go to bed. Those are the 2 most important parts. If you saw my training several months ago, where I talked about the subconscious mind in the first few minutes of the morning and the last few minutes of the day. Okay, so 9 things at a time. And your vision board needs to be anywhere between like 2 feet wide and 2 feet tall, somewhere in that range. You do not want your vision, here, let me give you guys a list, okay? So 2 feet by 2 feet, 9 at a time, we already talked about that. These are B-type goals, or they need to be somewhere in that 3 to 6 month range, because not all of them are going to be B-type, but B-type, what I meaning like making calls or meeting people, making offers, that kind of thing. But 3 to 6 months, that's what I mean by that. Okay, 3 to 6 months max, maybe 9 months, but the brain can't handle it. It's got to be shorter term. Okay, those 3 to 6 months types of goals. When you put this somewhere, you want it to be eye level. Okay, let me go and just put that. You want it to be eye level. You want to be able to stand up when you see this. Okay, because all the science behind sitting versus standing, you want to be standing when you see this. Okay, a couple other, I see we already talked about high traffic area. Okay, you want to have both images and handwritten statements. Okay, and we'll talk about statements in just a minute, but handwritten statements. Okay, so images, handwritten statements. Okay, and I'm going to give you guys an order. I'll give you guys an order of where to put things. Right now, here's an important one as well. Let's go ahead. I'm just going to go ahead and put order right here. Okay. Now, here's a good one as well. You want to, because doubts, oh my goodness, doubts start creeping in. When you set a goal, your subconscious mind wants to save you from any kind of pain, which means if you set a goal, your subconscious mind is going to be like, oh, don't go for that goal. You might experience pain. That's how the subconscious mind works. And if you create pain by setting a goal because you're breaking through, or maybe you don't achieve it, and so you're like, ah, crap, and you have all this self-doubt, then your subconscious mind has done its job in protecting you from pain, right? But no, you want this pain. Remember, like, you want to reach these new goals. You want to achieve more. You want to fatten your pocketbook. You want to fatten your friends list. Okay, you want more. So when you doubt, here's what I want you to do. So when doubt creeps, let's do this. Creep is with a C, yeah. So when doubt creeps, oops, I want you to write it down. Now, this is kind of funny because some people are like, Daine, you want me to write down my doubts? Yes, here's why. So write down doubts on paper and a pen, and then destroy it. There's some interesting things that go on in the brain when you do this. If you jot down on a piece of paper any doubt that creeps in about you, your success, reaching your goals, achieving whatever, if you write that doubt down on a paper and you destroy it, it does some interesting things in your brain. It's kind of cool, actually. If you've never done this, try it. The next time a piece of doubt creeps into your mind, try this, right? And you can get creative with destroying it. You know, you could rip it up, you could put it in the garbage, you could, mush it all up into a tiny ball and throw it. You could go out in the backyard and safely light it on fire. I may or may not have done that before. Safely, obviously, light it on fire. But yeah, destroy this. Destroy these doubts. And figuratively, when you do this, it does something to your brain where you say, okay, brain, thank you. Thank you for the information, but we're going to discard this, right? I don't need this. Thank you, brain, for doing your job. Because that's all your brain's doing, is doing its job. It's protecting you from pain. So, destroy it. All right, let's talk about this order, okay? This is important. So up in the top left. Now, what I do, I actually have a little, it's like a photo collage. And in fact, here, let me draw mine. I got this on Amazon. Okay, it's super, super cheap. Before I could afford stuff on Amazon, I literally did pictures and sticky notes, okay? But on Amazon, just, how do I even say that? How do you Google Amazon? No, just kidding. So search picture collage. So picture collage on Amazon, and I bought a little thing. There's 2 pieces of wood like this, and it has these strings that dangle in between, and then it comes with clothespins. And so I can put a picture on the clothespin, and then I take a sticky note, Okay, so here's the picture. Here's the sticky. So I've got my two things, visual and statement, okay? And I do 9 of them, 9 at a time, and here's the order, okay? If you wanna screenshot that, let me know. But yeah, just go to Amazon, search picture collage, or literally just tape it to your wall, right? That's what I used to do when I was cheap, and I would just tape it to the wall. But you want to tell your subconscious mind that you're about to take this thing off. You're about to achieve this goal faster than you imagined in amount of time, right? And I'm going to talk about that in just a minute and how to do that, okay? But let's go over here. So in the top left, this is the one that you want to have as a money goal, okay? Now this is just like a dollar amount. Yeah, now, oh, let me say this. Here's also a very important thing, measurable. You need to know the moment that you achieve this goal, you need to know, right? So you need to write your goal down in a way that you're like, holy crap, I just achieved this, okay? It needs to be measurable. Okay, and so we're gonna talk about that in just a minute, because with some of the things I'm gonna put on here, it's gonna be tough to be like, Daine, how do you measure that, right? You gotta find something to measure. And when you set that type of goal, okay? So measurable. You guys with me? Give me a nod. I obviously I can't see you, but give me a nod. Yes, Daine, I'm with you, okay? So first type of goal, money. So this could be, I want to make $10,000 in a month. How will you know if you achieved that goal? If you made $10,000 in a single month, right? Money goal, so here's just a couple of goals that I set. I want $100,000 sitting in a checking account, in savings, in reserves, in cash monies, okay? So maybe you set a goal. I want this much money sitting in savings. I want this much money in a checking account, in a you know, whatever. I want to build up $2,000, $4,000, $8,000, $10,000 in residual cash flow. Okay, remember 3 to 6 months though. So remember the A, where you are today, remember the C, where you want to go, and remember the in between, right? So let's say you're at A and you're at $0 of residual cash flow through real estate or even through Renatus billing, whatever. So if you're at A and you've got $0, then on the vision board, you're not going to put $10,000 a month residual. On the vision board, you're going to put $500 per month, right? That's like one Epix combo on a billing platform, or that's like one, maybe 2 rental properties, depending on how you pick them up. That's maybe one sandwich seller finance type. You know, you guys get what I'm going. You guys get what I'm saying here. Okay, so money goals. These are the 3 to 6 months. This is like the first step. Okay, so money. The second one is, so top middle, this is my image. How am I seen? How am I showing up in the world? How do people view me? What is my reputation? Okay, now again, this needs to be measurable. Okay, so you know, goals like myself. Oh, you know what? One thing I wanted to add: never, ever, ever say pay off debt. Okay. Remove this from vocabulary. This phrase. I want to pay off debt. I want to be debt free. I want to. Okay, so remove from vocabulary the word debt. Okay, the word loans, the word debt, okay, remove that from your vocabulary. So one of the things that I put in here for money goals was, okay, so this is, because this one's making money, this one is image, like one of the things that I was like, dude, I want people to look at me and as this, like, you know, you guys ever read The Millionaire Next Door? If you haven't, no worries. The concept is easy. It's somebody that lives next door to you that is a millionaire, and you're just like, holy crap, you're a millionaire, right? When you find out, like, are you kidding me? Like, you don't look like a millionaire. Okay, so that was one of the things that I mean, obviously we have a lot of fun, and I think the neighborhood that we live in, I think they probably believe I sell drugs, sure, because we drive nice cars and we got all kinds of toys, whatever. Okay, but we got an average house. And so the image that I set a goal for was that I want to be able to say, I pay for everything in cash. I pay for my house in cash. I pay for my cars in cash. I pay for my, we got 2 RVs. I pay for my RVs in cash. I pay for all my other toys, my motorcycle, electric mountain bike, whatever. I pay for all my personal things in cash, right? That is the image that I wanted to create for myself. This can also be things like, now again, measurable. So let's say image, and how I'm viewed. I would say something like, I want to do 5 presentations in a month, right? In other words, I want to become, because you don't want to say, I want to become a good presenter, because how do you know? How is your brain going to say, all right, self, let's take this off the vision board, because we nailed it. We're a good presenter, right? Who decides that? How do you decide that? It can be really gray area, okay? So I would say something like, I want to do 5 presentations in a month, because that will make me start looking like I am a good presenter, right? I will start getting better at it. Okay. Another image would be, I want to do 3 real estate posts on my Facebook page in a month, right? Or this month. I want to do, right? And so you don't want to set these yearly goals and say, oh, I do this every single month for the rest of whatever. Like, no, I want to do 3 posts in 1 month, because then you could achieve that goal in 1 month. Right? Or if you say, I want to do 9 posts, 9 real estate posts in the next 3 months, then you put that, because then you know if you achieved it or not. Measurable, right? Usually measurable means you got to put some kind of number in it, right? That's the easiest way to do that, right? There has to be a number in your goal. Okay, so my image, how I'm seen, how I show up, reputation. Okay, the branding that you're building for yourself, right? Notice that this is helping, or this is going to help with all of your other goals, right? So a lot of people don't even set goals like this, because they just set the goal, oh, I want to do a deal, make 30 grand, or oh, I want to sell a combo, make $10,000, become 5-star, whatever. But they don't set goals in these categories, and so it never happens, because you got to start becoming. You got to create a new image for yourself in order to achieve some of these goals, especially if you've never done it before, right? If you're going from here, let me come back to this, because I'm referring to this, A, B, C. If your A is 0, then you got to become a different person. You got to become a different image of a person to get to B, to get to C. In essence, okay? Now, here's the cool thing though, because once you have achieved B, your B becomes your A, right? Let's say you have that goal of I've done 3 presentations in a month, and you want to do more, or you want to change that differently, then your B becomes your A. And so now you say, you know what? I want to do 5 presentations in a month, right? And it doesn't always have to be more, but I think you guys are picking up what I'm putting down here. And I'm not able to watch comments, so if you guys have had some questions, then interrupt me. But yeah, we got to get through this, because we're almost top of the hour. All right, moving on. Spiritual. If you don't have a higher power, get one. If you do have a higher power, set a goal, measurable, to either improve that relationship, create more time for yourself, okay, whatever, okay? Time is also measurable. Okay, so spiritual goal, get a higher power. If you don't have a higher power, just start looking around. I mean, you could do this in seconds. Start looking around and find something that is more powerful than you and choose that as your higher power, right? It's funny, I heard a story once where somebody's like, dude, I don't have a higher power. And there's like, do this, look around, find something that's more powerful than you. There's your higher power, right? And the guy goes, well, that mountain is a lot bigger than me. And all right, there's your higher power. That mountain is your higher power. You're going to build a relationship with that mountain, right? You're going to seek revelation. You're going to seek inspiration from that mountain. And dude, it freaking worked. Okay, but if you guys already have a higher power, awesome thing is they're free. I mean, I guess not all higher power is free, because I'm one of those that Christian, and my higher power costs me 10% of my income. But I'll tell you what, that investment in my higher power as a Christian, dude, that return on investment, you get what you pay for, essentially. Okay, but anyway, higher power, spiritual goals. So things like I want to read a book around this spiritual, whatever your belief is. I want to spend 1 hour per day or 30 minutes per day, or I want to, finish I already mentioned book, finish this book, spend this much time, whatever it is. Again, measurable, has to be measurable. There needs to be a number, a money number, a time number, a number of times number, whatever that is, spiritual. Next one is family. If you don't have family, then get one, right? We've all heard those people say, like, oh yeah, this is, this is my adopted family, self-proclaimed. Sure, right? Some of you might even say that Renatus is your adopted family, right? Just figure that out. Some kind of family, other people that you hang out with the most, the closest. Okay, this could be a girlfriend, a boyfriend, whatever, right? If you don't have a relationship with your biological family, just some sort of family goal, right? So for example, some of my goals for family would be like I wanted to get my wife a minivan. So that was like a family goal, because we got to go places. It's so funny. And then, yes, I just did this. I just bought a minivan. I told myself my entire life I would never, ever buy a minivan. But holy crap, that thing is amazing. Got all the sliding doors and has a built-in vacuum cleaner. Holy, it's got a shop vac in. Anyway, sorry, squirrel. Okay, family goals. This could be vacation. This could be I want to spend this much time with my family in every single week. Once a week I want to do that. It's cheap, free, could cost money, doesn't matter. Something around family. Okay. Here, this one in the middle is fitness. Again, measurable. Let's say you want to release some pounds. I want to release X amount of pounds, right? My goal with this, because I'm not a gym monkey myself. I like riding my mountain bike, or I like doing home workouts, whatever. And so for myself, I said I want to ride my mountain bike 4 times a week, or in other words, let's see, 4, 8, 12, 15. 16. I want to ride my mountain bike 16 times in a month. Would be a goal that I set. Okay, so fitness, anything, amount of time, number of times, whatever. I want to get a gym membership, right? Getting a gym membership, you could replace that with one, because a gym membership, you could say, I reached my goal, right? Or obviously right now gyms are kind of closed, but you guys get what I'm saying, right? I want to get this, or I want to do this many times. Fitness goal. Next is love. Yes, I want you guys to set love goals. You might say, I want to start dating somebody. That you would know. You would definitely know. You would be able to mark that off because you guys, I mean, most of us have dated at least once in our life. When you have that conversation where you sit down with that person and you're like, you have that, hey, are we going to be exclusive conversation, right? you know you have that. You could mark that off in your vision board because you had that conversation with that other person, right? Measurable. A love goal that's measurable. So if you guys want mine, I told myself I want to date my wife 4 times in 1 month. I want to date my wife 4 times in 1 month. In other words, every Friday. I want to date my wife 4 times, because then I know, did I get it? Did I not? Okay, so examples there. Again, always measurable. All right, down here at the bottom, education / development. Development. Yeah, this is when you're going to say, this is where you're going to set a goal. Like, I want to accomplish this many hours per week. I want to finish my essentials, all my essential courses in a month, which means I would have to do it this many hours per day, right? Whatever that is, education, development, reading, watching classes, books, you name it, right? Again, measurable. I want to read 1 book per week, for a month, for 2 months, for 3 months, whatever it is. Okay? Education, development. Middle, this one is your selfish one. This is your hobby. Have a hobby goal. Have a passion goal, right? I want to buy this for myself. I want to treat myself. I want to do this. Okay, this is just you, only you. Selfish. This is your selfish goal. Okay, your guilty pleasure, your hobby goal.
Right.
Again, measurable. I want to spend this many hours. Do I have a question? Maybe not. Okay, hobby goal, passion goal. And since we're past the hour here, I'm going to move on. Fulfillment. Okay, fulfillment. Oftentimes this comes in the form of travel for people. Fulfillment, whatever it is, whatever makes you happy. This could be that nonprofit. This could be that trip. This could be donating plasma. I don't know. This could be donating time, donating money. This could be that trip that you've always wanted to go on. This could be starting a garden, which that could also be the passion hobby thing. But if they cross over, that's okay. Just have two types of goals in those different areas. Okay, so fulfillment and travel. Now, I gave you guys the 9. This is how simple I want you guys to make this. Okay, so back to this concept. When you set a goal, most often it's going to come to you, and so here, let's do this, and then we'll wrap up.
Can you go back to the left for just a second so we can get a screenshot?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, go ahead and screenshot that. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now, here's what you do, right? Get yourself a sticky note pad, because you are going to start achieving your goals faster than you ever have before. When you do it like this and you create this advanced, visualization stuff, and you've got these things in these areas, right? You're going to start achieving goals. Your vision board is going to start looking bare because you're taking so many things off, and you're not replacing things because of your system. Your system has to be simple. Okay. So if you look at my vision board right now, I just took a bunch of things off because they just happened all at the same time. And so I have a sticky note pad and a pen right next to, I'm going to attempt to draw a pen here. Okay, so I got a sticky note pad and I have a pen right next to my vision board, because as soon as I take something off of my vision board, because I'm like, all right, brain, we did it. Thank you for helping me. How, subconscious, all that stuff, spiritual. Thank you. I take it off, I put it in a binder, and then immediately I replace it in those orders, money, fulfillment, hobby, whatever it is, and I jot it down. And I say, here's how I do it. So grateful to ... So grateful to have $100,000 in the checking account. So grateful to So grateful that I have paid cash for every single thing in my life, in my personal life, I should say, right? Yes, I got a bunch of real estate debt, but that pays me, and so I don't count that as personal debt. But so grateful to pay for everything in my personal life cash. So grateful to go on this trip with my family. So grateful to to go mountain biking 4 times a week. So grateful, okay? Grateful. Gratitude is gravity. Gratitude is gravity. So you create gratitude, it will gravitate these goals to you. Okay, so grateful to ... And I put a date down here, not a future date. I put today's date. So if I put something on my vision board today, is going to say July 22nd of the year 2020, because again, I am gravitating this goal to come to me as soon as possible. I want to surprise myself. Okay? The universe oftentimes will conspire to surprise you and how quickly some of these things will happen, especially if you do it in this way, right? Again, these are not C goals. If you put C type goals on your vision board, yeah, it's going to take a little longer because your brain, there's a lot of work that has to go on in between there. But if you put the B type goals that you could achieve in between and achieve in the next 3 to 6 months maximum, oh my goodness, your brain will get trained. You will start having things fly off of your vision board because you're achieving them so quickly, and you get good at this. Okay, so I put that on the vision board. So literally, oftentimes, like right now, if I were to go in and take a picture of my vision board, I just have a bunch of sticky notes that are tied, or what are these things called? Clothespined. I got a bunch of sticky notes that are clothespined to my vision board, and I'm ordering pictures. Okay, so I got this on there first because sometimes, I mean, you get so fast at this, or your brain gets so good at this, that you put something on the vision board and you're just like, holy crap, it's only been on there like 2 weeks and we're already taking this thing out. I didn't even have time to get the picture. Okay, but you get that you get that thing up on the vision board as soon, like, it's done is better than perfect, essentially, right? That's what I'm trying to say here. Done is better than perfect, right? Then you order the picture, and then as soon as you have the picture, then you take the sticky note, you stick it on the oops, that's a terrible picture. You stick it on, you put the sticky note on the picture, and then you take the clothespin and you clothespin it, or you tape it to the wall. I don't care. Okay, but you put that clothespin on, and then you got your picture of whatever it is. So you're visualizing this, and you've got your sticky note. So grateful to get this done. Again, there's got to be a number in there, or you use the letter or the word A, like I want A this or A that, or I want to do that, right? Because again, you'll know if you do it or don't. You'll know if you achieve, the certain number, whatever it is, measurable, measurable. Okay, and you stick that on there. So recap. Remember, 9 things. Put it on the wall, high traffic area, eye level. Make sure there are images and your handwriting on the sticky note. Your handwriting, right? There's science behind that we didn't have time to go into. And you keep a pen, right? So in fact, I actually have a sticky note pad right here. Whoops. I just take my sticky note pad and I split it halfway, and so it kind of like sits over the string like this. So I got my sticky note pad just sitting there, and then I hang my pen right here. My pen is right there, and then I got all my things. All right, the sticky note pad is so easily accessible. It's right there because things are coming off. What you're doing is telling your brain, this is gonna work. I'm gonna have to replace this pretty quickly. And so you gotta be ready for that next goal, that next goal, that next goal, okay? So David, my brother, imagine how this is going to make you feel when you bring in a student and you sit down and you teach them this. And you make that, and you say, hey, you want an accountability partner? Oh, did I even talk about that? Yeah, you want an accountability partner. Okay, so when you sit down, you help that student, they get started, and you say, all right, here's what you're going to do. How's this going to make you feel, my friend? Even if you've never done any real estate. Okay.
That was awesome.
So,
that was awesome. Thank
so
you.
do this for yourself. Do this for your people. And dude, you will feel fulfilled. I'll tell you what. Teaching this to other people, yeah, like this is helping me achieve all my hopes and dreams and more than I ever thought even imaginable. And that's how I know Renatus is worth it. Because I've achieved so much. But ultimately I still had to visualize it, right? For those that are spiritual in the Christian faith, you know this. All things are created spiritual before they are created physical. Right here, we are creating our future. We are creating our success spiritually here, and then it manifests physically. Okay, so we're 11 minutes after the hour, so we got to cut this off. I hope this was helpful. Sorry if you had comments or questions. We'll probably do like a little part 2 next week, potentially follow up if we need to on this. But I hope this was helpful. Congratulations. It's time to really get some stuff into gear. Okay. So I want to hear stories in the next 7 days. Next week, I want to hear some stories based on this. Anybody who's on this, I want you guys to tell me a story because you went and did this and something happened. Okay. All right, guys. Have a good one. Love you all. I'll see you next week.